Welcome to Cowfold, another little village and part of the places I've driven through but never actually bothered to explore series, if you can call such a thing. There are no public toilets, as one sign has gleefully put it to me. There's one church apparently. Much else, so this isn't exactly going to be a Hemfield situation where tons of fun is had. However, does seem nice enough. So, as I like to say, let's explore. Now, you can't tell, but right now I'm on the A272. It kind of cuts through the centre of this village roughly. But unlike something who's cut through by the A27, doesn't seem to affect it really. Just increases the traffic. Now, I think my first stop should be south, and then north, and I'll probably leave that church behind me, or in front of you I should say, for the end. Right, let's go. So this is Cowfold. I went down south as I said, and I saw nothing really, apart from a few houses, a pub, and a car garage. The kind that sells cars. And there's quite a few private roads as well. I'll tell you something, I'm really glad there is a little pathway beside the road here. Otherwise none of you lot would be seeing this. I mean none of you. I mean it's nice enough, look, I mean, see if I can show you. Look at that there. Look at that. How nice is that? Now there is a lot of information missing on the internet about Cowfold as such. Of course there's nothing really here for visitors. It's a commuter village, really. Since it's got the A281 going through it from south to north and the 272 going east to west, or west to east. Whichever way you want to call it. Look, Paul's house. Actually I quite like that actually. I know it's nothing really fancy, but it's kind of nice though. Just let you look at it a bit more. It's really nice. Now, would I recommend anyone visiting this place? So far, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice enough, but it's just not much here really for visiting. You've got one or two nice houses. I mean. Actually some of the houses are nice, so it might be worth a walk through if you live nearby. I mean, that's a 1773. Doesn't look it, but it's nice all the same. But I'm not sure I'd recommend this place to visitors. Yet. I mean, well, firstly, one of the problems I've got is that there's no public conveniences here. Which is really annoying, especially if you need to go. I mean, there is a pub coming up on my right, but that's about it really. And I don't think it's open yet because it's only about 11 o'clock, I think. Most of these country clubs don't open until later. However, if you want a commercial van, look, tons of them here. All for sale of prices. Actually, if I can get behind you, I can show it to you. There you go. If you're on Cowfold and you want a fan, this is maybe the place to go. It might not. It's hard to tell. Water at the moment, there's not much one can really say about this place. I'll show you the pub behind. I'll show you, look. There's the pub. It's called the Heron House. If you're in the area you want to drink, it's a place you can go to. No idea about prices or anything, but they've even got a nice car park. So if you've got a designated driver, you've got somewhere to go. Other than that, this is it I think so far. Don't get me wrong, these houses passing by are nice. They're nice to look at. But that's about it, I think. I might just turn around. Right. I'm going to stop this now because there's not much to see and not much to say. James out. And now. If you look here, you'll see what I was talking about earlier with the roads. So you got the 281 going upwards, and you got 272 going from side to side. Describe it how you like, but the sign makes it very clear. I've pretty much explored the south now. This is one of those posh places where most houses have a name as well as a number. I mean, that one across me is called Fairhaven. I saw one earlier called Denorin or something weird like that. If you're still not quite sure how posh it is, the estate agent around there seems to be Mansell MacTaggart. That's a nice one. I like that half timber bit at the bottom there, even if it does only constitute a tiny bit of the actual house. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the south of Cowfold. I also walked down a close just there, which I think, whose name I can't remember. It was posh sounding. It's like Barleycroft or something like that. So, yeah, this is part of the journey done already. The most exciting bit is probably this bit in the middle here. Alright, James out for now. This is the end. Beyond this coffee house, you have a school. I have no intention to end up on the list, so I'm going to have to turn it around and show you what's there. This is the walk back in. I thought I'd show you from the other side. Everything looks slightly interesting. Slightly more interesting, I should say, when you walk on the other side. How much more exactly, I don't know, but it's just an excuse for me to cross the road. Now, ironically, there are two cafes. Got one there, and you got one over there, which is supposedly world famous, but I have my doubts about that. Then again, I don't really know coffee house, so I can't really argue with it. Lovely obscured road sign there. Now, as I said earlier, there really isn't a lot here. I thought there might be a bit more interesting stuff to look at, like there was in, say, Henfield. But there isn't, unfortunately. But it's a nice place all the same though. I mean, would I recommend visiting Henfield? I mean, Cowfold? No, I wouldn't. But it's a nice place to live. So you got that. And there's a few businesses. I mean, honestly, if you live locally, you got your Co-op up there for most of your stuff. As you can tell, even from this distance, that was definitely a pub at one point. Though if I'm honest, I can't even see the entrance from here. It's probably around the side or something. Though quite frankly, this traffic would probably do my head in if I lived around there. I mean, if you're going to live somewhere quiet. Or at least with less cars anyway. That is the church which we'll be heading to in a minute, which will probably be the most interesting part of the video. Now, if you're coming up north, you'll get a few houses and that's going to be about it. So, I'm going to cross over. Actually, I'll show you these old houses. I mean, look at them. Aren't they nice? Old cottages there. I mean, it's nice, but it's not enough to keep one enthralled for a long time here. But on the plus side, the parking was free. I'm thinking about, I could probably park in that car for free as well. I wonder if they'd notice. Actually, they probably would have done. So it's probably best I am where I am. Which is a nice enough location. Now comes the fun part of me trying to cross the road. And now I'll cross the road. There's the entrance for the Co-op if you are here stuck in, you want to buy something. Church is over there, so I probably should have crossed the other side, but I'm here now. So let's have a look. Actually, I'm going to have to cross over again. And here it is, people. St. Peter's, the interesting part of the video. Let's have a look. What we got here. Okay, that's new. If you want to read that, you can pause it. It's on there long enough so you get a good window of opportunity to do it. Okay, it's this one I open. Always shut those gates if possible, people. It's just polite. There's not much one can really say, because at the moment it's just gravestones, and one should try and be a tad respectful if they can. Well, that's nice. I don't see many of them now. Okay, people, now for the ultimate test. Can I walk inside? Let's find out. That door looks slightly open, so I'm hoping yes. Yes, we can. Gotta be careful because there's people in here. Okay, we're outside again. They were getting ready for some fate sale, I think they said. I heard them saying anyway. I didn't bother to ask because they seemed quite busy. And asked me not to be bothered by someone like me who's just there to make a quick video. But while I'm here, I'll show you the outside because it is nice here. I mean, this is quite nice. This is one of the nice ones to walk around, I think. So it feels kind of untouched. Sometimes a lot of the old churches you go to, you get the impression that certain bits have been knocked down at one point and they've just put something else up completely different. Here it doesn't feel like that. I mean, I could be wrong, of course. I think there might be a school down there, so I'm going to head back this way. So I'm walking around guessing that's a door they don't use anymore. It's quite nice there. It is, well, the inside was kept very nice. Can't say too much about this, but then again, eventually all graves will end up lights, because eventually it's going to be a point where someone's going to think, I never knew this person, or anyone that knew them. So you really lose the reason to go and keep things in order. I mean, I'd be the same if I knew where my great grandparents were buried. I never met them. So if I knew where they were, I probably wouldn't go anyway. It's a shame in a way, but if you had a grave for every person that died in history, there'd be no room for anything else, I think. I do, however, take back what I said about Cowfold earlier. It's worth coming for an hour. So if you want a quick walk, a little walk around a nice little village, it's worth doing. The church itself makes it worth it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for a day out like I would say Henfield, but you could stop along here on the way, get a drink, stretch your legs, have a look around the nice churchyard and a few of the old buildings. It's all worth looking at, I think. Now all that's left now is this centre bit and the town hall. Well, it's a town hall, you won't want to go inside, but it looks nice from the outside, so I'll show it to you. There is the 13th century tandoori. Possibly the oldest one in the country, if it's that old. Though they might just mean the building. Either way, I'm not sticking around to find out. If you want to ring them and ask them, there's the phone number. There it is, the town hall. I'll give it a bit closer. See, it's nice stuff looking. But that, people, is Cowfold. As it. It's a short video, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to get across the road now so I can get a better view. There's a better view of the town hall, I think, with less big vehicles blocking the way. A nice building, I will admit. It says 8 AD up there, but I think that's wrong. I think that's very wrong. That can't be right. Alright, that's it for Cowfold, unfortunately, people. I'm back to where I started. So until next time, take care. Okay, I have been driving along the A272. I've reached Uckfield. I stopped here because I needed to use the restroom. Ironically, when I first came here, the drive-through queue was all the way out to roughly here, almost. And ironically, inside the cafe itself is almost empty, and as is the car park's about a third full, maybe a quarter. And it just leaves you wondering, what's the appeal of the drive-through? You spend all that time queuing up in your car, and then you park up and drink your coffee. or food if you're buying from a food place. But it just leaves me wondering, what is the point? I mean, you've got a perfectly good cafe there that's almost empty. And if you're going to get your coffee and pop in this little car park to drink it, what's the point? Because you could just park up, walk in and then do it. Someone help me out here, please, because it does genuinely confuse me. Anyway, I didn't get a drink because I'm not particularly thirsty at the moment, and I bought my own water, that is. Just in case you think it's me, look. Do that thing, me. Right, James out for now. Okay, so I am here in a place called Scaynes Hill. You'll see the name in the title because it's going to be called something like I went to Cowfold and Scaynes Hill, so you know how to spell it. I mean, I wasn't planning on coming here, I'll be honest with you. I never even knew this place actually existed, but after Cowfold was finished within an hour, I was in a bit of a weird mood, I will admit. So I went for a drive along the A272, ended up using the services just outside of Utfield, and decided to turn around, and as I was driving through this place, I thought, place looks nice. I'll give it a go, have a quick explore. Makes my video a bit more longer and a tad more interesting, I think. I mean, there's not much here by the looks of it, but it's got a nice church, so there's something to explore. So, shall we? This is where I've parked. You can see my car amongst all that lot. This, I'm guessing, is the little village centre where things happen. And see, there's the notice board. Now, this is going to be a small village, which is why it's going on top of Cowfold. I had a quick look and I saw the population was 1,000, so that's not a lot really. So that means small, and I won't be here too long, which is probably a good thing today. Let's go. Now, I was going to walk along the main road, but I think I'll try this public footpath first. So this is Scaynes Hill, rather the public footpath part of it. Before I show my face, just so you know I am actually here. Now, to the left of me is a fair sized park with the usual facilities. You get a park looks like a little bit of a basketball court and a few things, swings and stuff. Now, I know the church is roughly that way. You can't really see which way I'm pointing from here, but I know which way. So this might be a fun way. Now, admittedly, I was in a bit of a funny mood earlier, as I said. I feel much better now, actually, deciding to stop here. Really do. Actually, look. Maybe you can see that properly. Might be a bit bright with the sun, but who cares? You can see it, I'm sure you can. And there's like swing stuff. Great for kids, they seem to be enjoying themselves anyway. As I said, I'm feeling much better now. Strangely, I always get sometimes in these weird moods. I start the day with such grand plans, and then it's like my mind just says other ideas. I wake up and I'm like, today's going to be a good day. I'm going to do stuff, and whatever, and then my mind's like, wanna bet? We're not doing anything today, mate. But, I am. So I'm winning. I am winning at life. Like to think I am anyway. I mean, winning at life is a debatable term, but I'm going to say I am. Maybe because it's preferable to admitting I'm losing at life. Is it me or is my grandma beard much more pronounced today? Guess I'll never truly know. Tell me what you think in the comments. But only if it's a nice thing. If you think something negative, then keep it to yourself. I'll be grateful. Now, is this path going to lead me to the church? I started to have my doubts. That's led me to this very nice neighbourhood. But where the am I? Where's the church? It's got to be around here somewhere. It's such a fancy neighbourhood. I feel like I'm breaking the law just walking along it with this selfie stick. We'll get to the end though and have a look. I'll turn this around so you can see what I see. That's the name of the road I'm on. Now, this is a fancy area. The church should be down here somewhere. Let's walk along a bit so we can find it, shall we? I'm in a good mood now, so I'm gonna find it. I like that purple gate. Very nice. Better than the usual brown ones you get in places like these. Have a look. Yeah, it's really nice. I like that. If I had a get, I'd like to paint it colour like that. Hopefully they'll paint the rest of the fence along their house, or front garden I should say, that colour too. Okay, now I've got to figure out which way to go without cheating. Maybe you can see that or not, but I can. Let's have a look. There's a social club down there. Should be roughly. Actually, can't see the way I'm pointing, so there's no point in me looking. No, I'm gonna have to. I saw it on the high street, so I'm gonna head back to the A272. See if I can see it from there. No, I'm gonna cut this off now because it's just gonna be me not saying much and just looking at these boring views. Right. James out for now. This is it. This is the church I saw from the car. Not as big as I expected. Ironically, it's also in a totally different direction. I had myself walking more towards that way. But it turns out I just had to walk a little bit to the south from where I last was. Love it when that happens. Still, we're here, let's see if we can explore something. It says open, so let's have a look. Nice garden, I'll give them that. This is what I get. Actual gel, look at that, actual gel. Hello. Say hello to the camera people. This is it. Actually kind of nice. Small and modest. And unlike others, actually got somewhere to hang the little cushions. I think it's pretty cool. Closer. Okay, this is quite impressive as you get up closer. I'm not sure it looks sort of painted, but not quite. I'm sure someone watching this probably knows better than I do. Nice, look. Cushions. These ones aren't hanging up there, look. Still fairly solid though. See, this art here is all about St. Augustine, who the church is named after. Good day. It's great St. Augustine was the one that converted people here. Sent by Gregory, apparently. Doesn't sound like a pope name, but what do I know? Nice straight in? No, it's just the other bits. Nice, it's open though. Can I donate a pound? Have a look. Is it there, me? Yes, it is. And that's done. Right, I think that's it. People, this is it. Nice, small, and modest. Impressive all the same. Let's go. In case you want to see where we are roughly, we are there. Our part there. Obviously, just and that's about it for this place, I think. Well, I've walked down here. It says the farms, that usually means a pub of sorts. Right, let's go in there and have a look. Okay, and I'm back. So, I'm at the edge of it now. If I stand here, you can kind of see. This is it. This is it. This is Scaynes Hill. Literally a place, judging by the gradient mark walking at, on top of a hill. Hence, Scaynes Hill. Not much else one can say, really. Also, look, I'm in mid-Sussex, look. This is it, I think. Before I could see shops, there was a petrol station. And what I do believe was an art gallery. So this is it. This is Scaynes Hill. Nice enough place. Would I recommend visiting? If you're passing by, yes, I would. You're passing by, why not park up where I parked up and stretch your legs and maybe walk into church. If it's open, donate a pound. All helps. Literally all helps. Well, this is it. Then again though, not every village can be a hen village. Admittedly, but what can you do? I mean, there's a pub, and that place, which is called the Farmers on the Map, turned out did be a pub. A free house to be precise, a very big one. But a pub all the same. Am I trying to drink? No, I'm driving. I mean, I could stop for a Coke, but I got that at home, so there's no point. I mean, there's no point paying what it'll be about £3 for a drink when I can drink this, when I can get a big bottle down my local supermarket for less than £1. Doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. Besides, I'm on my own, so it's not as if I'm going to be social with anyone. As I said, this is it, unfortunately. And this is why two places are going in one video. Now, that isn't because I want to, you know, insult the places I've been to, because I'm not. I mean, these places are nice. They're fine as they are. Then again, you can't go to a small village and expect to be entertained like you would in a city or a big town. See? There's the sign for the pub right there. It's nice though, I will admit. I do enjoy walking through these places mostly when I'm in the right mood, that is. When you're in the wrong mood, nothing's enjoyable, I've noticed. But now I'm in a good mood, so I'm enjoying this. I mean, you know what? It's another place I've been to. And hopefully this wind isn't causing too many freaking troubles. If so, I apologise in advance. Okay, there's the petrol station. Currently charging 131.9 for a litre unleaded, which ain't bad. Cheaper than most of the places I've passed. And if I can get over here, you'll be able to see the pub behind me. Okay, it's obscured by trees now, but you get the idea. If I get over here, you'll see it better. There you go. And just behind me, that's the road where the church was. Now all I can do now is head back to the car, I think, and head home. Get a proper drink. Is that? Not sure if that's like an art gallery or maybe an architecture thing. There's like models of buildings. Not really mad because I'm not going any other way. I'm heading back to the car. Nice though. I'm off Costco now. And I'm back, I've crossed the road safely. I find it's best if I cut through because then I can dedicate my full eyes to actually crossing the road proper. It's much safer. If you ever do something, I suggest you do the same. I mean, plus it's not as if the crossing the road shot is anything spectacular to look at or anything. Now, where was I? Oh yes, as I was saying before, these places are not bad because they're not good for visitors, because they're not meant to be. I mean, there's no actual effort here to bring people in to visit it. It's just a place that's on the A272, and the pub and the petrol station are simply there to make money on their own for themselves, not for the village or anything. Although they are owned by local people who do put money in, then I stand corrected. But it's very unlikely because that rarely ever happens. Now, should you come in? Yes, as I said before. If you're passing through, stop by, have a quick walk, stretch your legs. Pop in the church, donate £1, and why not? While you're at it, why not get a drink in the pub? If you're driving, get yourself a Coke. I mean, so, I know I'm not, but I'm on my own. It's not quite the same. Might as well go home and have a drink and watch TV or something. Alright, this is it. Back in the car. It's been a fun day. Not quite what I expected, but fun all the same. Until next time, I'm James, and you've been watching me. Bye.